that both of these men had to undergo to get to this moment right here. The finals in the IHWC title tournament. And again, the only way to win is to scale a ladder and capture that championship right there.
There were no easy moments in this tournament for either competitor, and tonight is going to prove to be the hardest one yet. Two of what could be argued the most well-rounded professional wrestlers in the Atlantic region here today in our main event. Mouse, this is going to be a classic.
I would put these two professional athletes up against any other two professional athletes throughout the entire world. We saw what these two men were capable of on the very first debut episode of Voltage. And now when you put a championship on the line, and when you include the addition of ladders, these men know what's on the line. These men know that this is the beginning of their careers here in Wrestlecenter to capture a championship of the prestige of the IHWC Championship.
Great points there, Mouse. You know, they started off on Voltage, one-on-one. They're now in the finals, the IHWC title tournament. And the really scary thing about these two guys is they've only gotten better along the way. They've only upped their game. So I can't wait to see what they're going to pull out of their bag of tricks tonight. And here comes our first competitor, Mr. Suave Markus Burke, looking focused as ever, paying no attention to the crowd. He wants that IHWC title tonight, and he knows what he's going to have to go through to get it.
Right here, this match right here is really a pivotal point in both men's career, capturing their first ever championship here at Wrestlecenter. And as you said, Mr. Suave Markus Burke is as focused as I have ever seen him come out here. Usually he panders to the fans.
He doesn't care about streamers. He doesn't care about applause. He cares about winning. He cares about being a champion. He cares about his name on the bright lights across North America and the world and facing the absolute best this industry has to offer. Step one of that plan here tonight, Julien Young, IHWC title ladder match.
And you see that championship some 15 feet in the air above the ring. The only way to win this match is to climb a ladder and capture the IHWC Championship title. And there's his opponent, Mr. Energy, Julien Young. Again, someone Suave has met in the past, who Suave is familiar with. However, neither man have fought each other under these circumstances before. So really new territory for both men in this ladder match.
They know each other so well, but there is so much more on the line here tonight that this contest will be unlike any the two have competed in before. Julien Young trying to get the fans hyped up, get them into this. I think the fans are going to get pretty hyped up, pretty into this in a few moments once this bell rings and this match gets underway.
We just found out prior to the last commercial break that next week it is official, and we will see Tommy Starr face the returning Colt Cabana in a match that has been building also for quite some time. Of course, that stemming from when Tommy bought Colt Cabana, costing him his match against the Greaser James Carr. And again, Colt Cabana is coming back to Wrestlecenter to get his revenge on Tommy Starr. And this is just after Tommy Starr had one hellacious matchup against Double XL. However, Tommy Starr looking very dominant in that matchup and pulling out the victory.
Tommy Starr pulled out the victory. He needed help from Greaser James Carr. Next week, he's got Colt Cabana, and if Colt's smart, maybe he brings someone with him, neutralizes Greaser James Carr, and gets the revenge on Tommy Starr.
I would suggest Greaser James Carr will be out there with Tommy Starr in that matchup, but also next week, Dylan Sharp will have a partner of his choosing. Tyler just announced that he will allow Dylan to have a tag team partner, and it will no longer be a handicap match when his team faces Matt Bullen and Titus of Heel Faction.
Every single week here on Voltage, The kid Dylan Sharp, this young guy trying to make it into this business, has to prove himself. And every week, he takes a beating, but he keeps coming back. I can't wait to see who will finally step up and help Dylan Sharp in his battle against the heel.
Well, Tyler seemed like he was not confident in Dylan Sharp finding a tag team partner. For the kid's sake, I hope to God he does find a tag team partner, because if he goes into that match 2-on-1 with Matt Bullen and Titus, he may not come back out. The last time we saw Dylan Sharp, he was choked out, unconscious, in the middle of the ring by MMA superstar Rick Doyle, who we just saw tonight at the top of the show sign a contract to a match with Mr. James Carr in a first blood stipulation. I see right there Julien Young having some fun with Mr. Suave.
He's got to be very careful, though. Mr. Suave is not someone who likes to kid around in that ring. You don't want to get this guy angry. He's a hell of a competitor. He doesn't need any more of a reason tonight to bring out his A game. And you're talking about the kid there, Dylan Sharp. If this turns out to be a handicap match next week, I'm gonna call it right now. That's the end of Dylan Sharp's career. There's no way he's coming back from that beating.
Which would be a damn shame, because Tyler, he kind of dances around the fact that he's been stacking the deck against Dylan Sharp, but Dylan Sharp has shown incredible heart, incredible courage. It would be a damn shame for Tyler to finally, put the stake in the heart, if you will, of young Dylan Sharp and end Dylan Sharp's career in such a way as that.
But it would fit in so well with that heel faction MO. They seem to enjoy crushing the dreams of people. The kid Dylan Sharp, JP Sims, just to name two off the top of my head here. And really interesting here in the ring, we're seeing a lot of some good Greco-Roman wrestling from Julien Young to start off this ladder match. Now Markus Burke looking to take control with those educated fists of his.
Both men aren't going to rush into this match. There's going to be a feeling out process at the very top of this match. Again, the only way to win is to set a ladder up above the ring, climb that ladder, and grab the championship. But to do so, you have to weaken your opponent to the point where you can actually capture that championship, which is no easy feat.
This is absolutely a marathon. It's not a sprint. Both these guys, as we've stated before, excellent all-around professional wrestlers, and they're ready for the long haul here tonight. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in this one.
Nice reversal there by Julien Young. Nice float over by Mr. Suave, showing some speed, some quickness, some agility, if you will. Mr. Suave, Markus Burke is deceivingly agile. Whoa! Julien Young captured Mr. Suave! Oh, nice overhead suplex there! And Suave is in trouble after that one.
The first big move of the match, Julien can't be taking his break to pander to the crowd. He's got to stay on him.
And Julien Young shows some agility there of his own.
Julien's got to stay on him. Keep weakening Markus Burke. That way you can get that ladder set up quicker.
Well, it looks like Julien Young sees this as his opportunity. The first one to go for a ladder, which are set up on the entranceway. Julien grabs that ladder. He must feel that Markus Burke is weakened enough to at least attempt to get that championship.
Well, this long walk to and from, it's giving Markus Burke that time to recover. Julien Young's going to have to get in there, hit a few big moves before he can attempt to ascend that ladder. Oh, he's set it up in the corner now. I don't like this.
Suave catches Julien Young, as you mentioned, Paul, able to recover with that time it took for Julien Young to get the ladder from the entranceway. Oh, stiff back elbow from Julien Young. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Suave reversed it.
Oh.
Julien Young protecting himself on that one. Oh! What a European uppercut to the jaw region of Julien Young.
We saw Markus Burke nail Nick Diggs with that in the semifinal match. He busted out here in the finals. He's just getting so proficient hitting that European uppercut, becoming deadlier each time he breaks it out. Julien Young probably doesn't know where he is right now. Markus Burke going to get the second ladder. Not sure I understand why. We've already got one in the ring. Unless he just wants it for some fun.
That's probably a vegan ladder there, Paul.
It's a gluten-free, non-leather ladder. Oh, both guys grabbing the ladder now.
And now they both have ladders in their hands. No. And what's going to happen here? Perhaps a little bit of a joust.
You can throw the wrestling out the window now. We're getting into street fight type territory.
And both men going out in the middle of the ring with their respective ladders. Who's going to get the advantage?
Julien Young was getting the advantage. Not cheap shot there.
Oh, no. He just took that ladder straight to the face. Uh-oh. And this one's in trouble. Oh, no. Oh, my God. He just took the legs of that ladder into the rib area midsection.
Oh, Dave Blow needs to check on Markus Burke. That could have busted his face wide open.
And you see him holding his ribs there. Julien Young might be keen enough to climb that ladder. It looks like that's what he's going for. This could be over early, Paul.
This is a smart move by Julien Young.
That title a long way up into the rafters of the arena, man. Swan getting up, and he takes another shot to the rib area with that baseball slide from Julien Young. And now Julien Young perhaps going for another aerial maneuver. He is very successful at doing these. Oh my God, he just took a ladder himself
ribs
to the chest and rib area. Swab had that one scouted.
High-risk maneuvers in a ladder match are just not worth it.
And again, these two men know each other so well. Swab knew exactly what Julien Young was going for with that move, and he had it scouted. Julien Young trying to mount a comeback, but he's hurt. I'm surprised Swab still isn't hurt from that rib shot we saw moments ago inside the ring.
Oh, Mouse, I'm sure he's busted up inside, but he knows what's hanging high above that ring is his ticket to the bright lights all across North America and the world.
And Julien Young as well. Julien Young still showing some fight.
Oh, these guys haven't even scratched the surface yet. There is so much left in the tank here tonight with that IHWC title on the line.
And already you can see the back of Julien Young. You can see the welt starting to build. Even on the back of Mr. Small, both men.
Either of these two men will be the same tomorrow morning when they wake up, but only one of them will be champion. There's no time to pander to the crowd in such a big match. Julien just got to keep hitting Markus with everything he has. He can't be looking for approval here tonight.
And Mr. Swan going to the eyes of Julien Young. That'll take any man down. Oh! A huge body slam on the concrete floor. There's only a thin layer of matting around the ringside area.
To our fans at home, exactly. You know, you see that padding around the ring. That is so thin. That does little for the competitors. Julien Young has experienced all that concrete and now a chair right across the back.
And now the focus of Markus Burke is on the back area. It would appear as though... Oh, no.
Markus Burke is just... He's sick. He's sick.
No. No. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Julien Young. His neck. Dave Lowe there is good to check on. Julien Young, that could cause some permanent injury to the neck area of Julien Young. His head and neck trapped in that chair and sent into the ladder.
I expected to see brutality in this match. I expected to see the competitors go all out for this championship belt, but this is a level of brutality that even I wasn't expecting here tonight.
Well, Swan sees it as is.
How is Julien Young up this quick? What does this title mean to both competitors that he is able to get up so quickly after such a vicious attack?
Swan going for his finisher. He usually hits that knee.
It looks like he might have Julien too high up on the shoulders. Yeah.
Oh, a kick though.
Julien Young looking to spin the cat.
Julien Young ends on. He has a steel chair between his legs.
The athleticism of Mr. Energy, Julien Young, unrivaled.
Mr. Swan.
Oh, he goes down.
What's he have planned here? Paul. Oh, man! What a sunset flip type maneuver onto the steel chair.
Right on the back of the head, Mr. Swan could be out.
Swan landed on the back of his head onto that chair.
Julien, I wish you could hear me right now. Don't pander. Set that ladder up. Grab that title. Make these people remember your name. This is your moment. You've got to seize it right now.
Julien Young wasting a lot of time here, taking in the praise from the audience. But to your point, Paul, it is not over until you capture that IHWC championship.
The adulation of these fans won't win him that prestigious belt. Markus Burke is out. He doesn't need to be doing this.
And you see the long climb. He had his fingertips on that championship, but Swab got to him. But Julien Young still on the offense. Julien Young setting Swab up in the corner. What's he have planned here? He can almost have anything planned.
He's wisely moving that chair out of the way. He definitely has bad intentions going through his mind here. A high impact maneuver off that ladder.
He's going for a superplex ball off the top of that ladder. Swab looks like he's reversing it though.
So dangerous, so dangerous.
Falls back high on top of that ladder. Swab jumping. Oh man! What a super kick to the jaw of Mr. Swab. And if he wasn't out before, I would suggest that he is out now.
He lands head. Excuse me, I'm at a loss for words right now. The back of his head lands on that chair. Eats a super kick to the head from Julien Young. Possible concussion for Markus Burke right here. He's out. Julien Young set the ladder up.
Well, Swab is in the middle of the ring. Julien did not have a way of setting up that ladder, but it looks like Julien Young's still not content. It appears as though he wants to add more.
And there's another ladder under the ring.
And he has a bigger ladder. Julien Young just grabbed a bigger ladder from under the ring.
The damage that he could be thinking of inflicted on Markus Burke here. This could seriously end Markus's career.
I mean, that ladder has to be, what, 10 feet tall?
Markus Burke has not moved since eating that super kick. That's all he has to do is roll him out of the ring, climb up, but he's hell-bent.
I think Julien Young wants to inflict more damage onto the vegan.
I can appreciate Julien Young wanting to hit these highlight reel style maneuvers, but
well, he's on top of that huge ladder. Oh, Swab move, and Julien Young ain't nothing but canvas on that splash.
And we've seen Julien Young be hit with the ladder on the rib area earlier in this match. Mouse, how is that missed splash playing in? Both men now struggling to get up. Markus Burke finally showing some signs of life.
Not much though.
Not much.
He's
You're
still feeling the
right,
effects from that super kick when he jumped off the top rope. But right now he's aware of where he's at. He is scaling that ladder to the championship.
Julien Young starting to stir. Can he make it over in time? Markus Burke a little bit off center, but I think he can reach back and get that belt. No, Julien Young though.
Swab ascending the ladder once again. But Julien Young to his feet. Now both men climbing the ladder. Oh man! A little humiliation from the other chair. And he just took a steel chair to the backside of Swab. And he catches him. Oh man! He hit the 5-nickel buster on Swab. That's Julien Young's finishing maneuver. However, no pinfall to this man. He has to climb that ladder.
I don't know if he's going to be able to. That took a lot out of Julien Young. He's up to his feet, pandering to the crowd once again. Climb the ladder, Julien. Markus Burke is out.
And Julien Young doing just that.
He's so close, he's got
off there, but he has his hands. He had his hands on the championship. That's the closest either man have come to that championship yet thus far in this match.
But Markus Burke gets his second win just when he needs it, and there it is.
Oh man! It's Swab, it's his finisher on Julien Young.
But he knocked the ladder off his base. He falls backwards. That took just as much out of him.
Well, both men have been taking a beating this entire match. And the effects are starting to show on both men.
And I hope the rest of the roster backstage is taking note. I hope wrestlers that want to be a part of the Wrestlecenter roster are taking note. This is what you have to bring to the table if you want to be able to compete for the IHWC title. This is what it means to the competitors here at Wrestlecenter. They know how important this championship belt is. Let this match be the standard bearer.
And Suave has his hands on the championship. Oh no! Julien Young. Oh man! What a kick! Another kick! Both men doing tick for tack in the middle of the ring. And once again, both men flat on the match.
Our medical staff is going to be earning that paycheck tonight. This is unreal action.
And the Wrestlecenter fans showing their appreciation for what both men are doing to each other in the spirit of competition, in the spirit of gaining championship gold here at Wrestlecenter.
They recognize it as that stepping stone, the next step for their career. It starts with the IHWC title. But I gotta say, if they keep dishing out this style of punishment, their careers might be short.
And there's still fight in Julien Young. That's impressive in its own right. And the fact that both men are on their feet, although Suave might not be on his feet for very long. But now Suave going for a suplex with that ladder strategically positioned in the corner. Julien Young trying his own vertical suplex.
Versus by both men. They do not want to be eating that ladder at this stage.
And I can't say I blame them. Awesome. Almost. Julien Young rolls through. Oh, he back body drops. Mr. Suave onto that ladder. And Suave is finished. Julien Young, I might suggest that's the end of Suave. So climb that ladder and get your championship gold.
I think I saw Markus Burke's ankle bend in ways that the human body is not intended to bend. Yeah, Julien Young needs to set that ladder up. He needs to climb it. This match is over.
But Julien Young, he's smiling in there. He's enjoying himself. I think he likes this environment.
What he should be enjoying is the IHWC title in his hands right now.
I agree,
this
but
match
it's on
is
the
over.
outside. Suave's starting to stir, but Julien Young, he wants to go for more. Oh no! Julien Young just grabbed the table from under the Wrestlecenter ring, as if this match couldn't get any more demented, any more physical. Julien Young steps it up even more so by including a table in this match.
Julien Young is one of the most talented performers that I've seen inside a Wrestlecenter ring. One of the smartest, too, if you ever talk to him backstage. Such a great head for the business. And right now, I can't understand why he is listening to the people. The people will not get him that IHWC championship.
Well, Julien Young...
and it's cost him right here.
Well, Julien Young was not very pleased with that table. It looks like the table leg might be broken. And as a result, Suave able to capitalize on that slight distraction with a low blow. And I mean, I gotta give it to Suave. He seems more focused on gaining that championship than Julien Young. He sees every single opportunity to set that ladder up and climb for that championship goal.
He's absolutely more focused in the latter part of the punt there, latter stages of this contest. He knows winning this IHWC title gets him the opportunity to maybe face some bigger names that we haven't seen here at Wrestlecenter.
Who knows? Man on the top of that ladder, once again going at it.
Such a dangerous environment. Both men high above the ring. Anything can happen here. And I don't like the fact there's a ladder in one corner, a table in another. Oh.
Well, Suave just got banged, just got taken off the top.
That's it, Julien. That's no.
Oh man! Julien Young just went crashing through that table.
Oh my God! He killed Julien Young.
And that table was set up with the legs and steel exposed. And I mean, let's be real about this right now, Paul. I mean, the referees need to go check on Julien Young.
This is sick. This is absolutely sick. The fans wanted tables.
Well,
they got tables, and you know what? I think
we got a serious situation.
Man's career could be over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking right now, and I do not see Julien Young moving an inch. Referee Dave Lowe there checking in. I mean, this has been a great match, but we gotta take care of the well-being of Julien Young there, and I still don't see him moving. Very real situation here in the middle of the ring. But I mean, the competitor in Suave still continuing here.
And what's he doing now?
Oh, he has a set of handcuffs here. He just took out our security here ringside. I think the handcuffs are a bit redundant here now.
They're pointless at this stage. He's busted open.
I mean, Julien Young's still not moving.
And Mouse, notice where that cut is. That's in and around the eye region. That spells possible permanent damage to the vision of Julien Young. And again, just an absolute pointless act here. Just maybe
I can appreciate I can appreciate Suave, giving this respect to Julien Young as competitor, but he has not moved since.
There's no need for this. And now Mr. Suave just taunted him.
Well, I just saw Julien Young open his eyes for the first time, so, I'm taking that as a good sign. This match is continuing, and the match is not over.
He's starting to stir. The fight is still in.
Okay, now the handcuffs make a little bit more sense. Suave is setting that ladder, and Julien Young, he is handcuffed in that corner with nowhere to go.
And all he can do is watch. And there it is, folks.
It's official. Suave is your brand new, the first ever IHWC champion on top of that ladder. And I have to say, deservedly so.
Absolutely. He was focused throughout the match. He knew what he had to do.
Whether you like him or not, whether you like his lifestyle, whatever the case may be, but you have to appreciate what he gave, and Julien Young for that matter as well, in this ring.
Both competitors an absolutely career-defining performance. Let's take a look at some of these highlights there, Mouse. We saw some great action in this match. They're high above, big flip. Markus Burke ate ladder there, and he ate a super kick. I thought he was knocked out at this stage. I thought that match was over. And then sheer brutality on the outside of the ring. Sheer brutality on the inside of the ring. Julien Young missing a big splash, damaging those ribs further. And here we go, right through the table. A possible career-ending injury for Julien Young, as we noticed later on his eye. Received a huge cut right above the eye, the blood pouring through it. We've seen many of boxers, their Mouse, careers ended because of cuts like that. So our medical staff will be checking on Julien Young. And that was the difference maker right there. Markus Burke handcuffs him, climbs the ladder. Deservedly, your first IHWC